smart. We do not know that. Now,
What's the car that's out there? The truck.
oh, okay, soon I will tell you about the car. Now, what about the farmers? Do they like the cranes if they eat all their peanuts?
No.
Actually, they do. Because they come for the peanuts plantation. Because they come at the end of the season and they clean up all the fields. Okay, so they save them lots of work. But then the cranes start to stay all winter long. Instead of going on migration and leaving this area, they will stay and stay and stay. Now, the farmer picked up all the peanuts. Now he wants to plant the winter seeds, like the wheat, like the corn, like the potatoes, like the chickpeas, okay? And then come all these cranes, and they start with their special beak and their giant legs. They start to dig up all these small seeds. Where are the peanuts? Where are the peanuts? They don't realize that they planted something else. And when you saw this, how do you say, seedlings or the small leaves of the wheat, seedlings, saplings, what's the right thing?
Seedlings.
Okay, thanks. So you saw the seedlings. Imagine all these cranes landing on your field. They will ruin it all, okay? So this is the time that the farmers do not like the cranes so much. So how do you manage them? What do you do with them? You cannot hurt them. You have to protect them. They're protected species. And we want to let them know that they should keep on migrating. They shouldn't be here. So what would you do if you were a farmer? Scarecrows, they tried that. It didn't work. Border collies.
A bouncer.
Raptors. Well, you are very creative, and farmers were as well, and that's good. But after a few years of testing, they found out that they need human scarecrows, okay? People who drive through the fields or around the fields and scare them away by any means, sirens and fireworks, whatever. Okay, even in a sunny day, they hold up a mirror, okay, and they, how do you say,
Reflection.
Yeah, they reflect on him, and it really scares them away. But if you are a guard on one field and your field is neighboring mine, what will I do?
Scare them into your field.
So this is how you play crane tennis. Yeah. Because it's all day long, then from my field to your field and back and forth and so on. So to prevent that sport, we try to manage them in one special area. This is the area. This is not by any farmer or farm or agriculture. This is the area, and to attract them, to let them know that this is their sanctuary and nobody will hurt them here and they are allowed to stay here. We try to attract them by spreading some fruit, not peanuts but corn, but fruit, yeah. And this food keeps them here instead of going to the other farmers' fields. Okay? What's the problem now?
Now you're feeding them, and yeah.
Can you hear them talking? They said, "Oh, come on, guys! There's food here," and now we started feeding a natural species in a natural habitat. This is not a petting zoo, okay? And as they talk all the time because they're very communicative. They tell each other, and the first year we started this special project of spreading some food. There were about 10,000 cranes wintering here. This year, 15 years after, we have 30,000 cranes wintering. So that's pretty much. I mean, most of the cranes are still migrating and going south to Africa, but still 30,000 is lots of cranes, lots of corn. Who's paying for all that? Who will do that work? What are we doing? What are we changing? We have to keep all these questions in mind while doing that. But the bottom line is it's still the very effective way to prevent all the damages to the other fields and the other farmers. Okay? In about 2 months, in March, all the cranes will go back to North Russia. All the cranes that migrated to Africa will also pass on and go all back home to their homeland to nest there, and it will be quiet. Okay. While you were looking, let's look on the telescope. You will see some of the cranes have a black and white neck. Some of them have a red cap. These are the adults. We do not know if they're females or males. Okay. These are the adults. The juveniles, which stay with them a whole year long, which is very unusual in the bird life. Usually they go and fly away and bye-bye, mom and dad, we won't see you again. This is a nuclear family that stays together all year round. It's very unusual and it's nice to see. The juveniles do not have the black and white neck. They only have a reddish or brownish neck and head, but still they're the same size. Like Shai told us before, as soon as you grow up and fly, this is your final size. Okay, you don't have all these stages like we do, like children and teenager and whatever. They have to fly. They have to fly many kilometers, many miles, and they have to be strong and build up. They cannot, have one wing smaller than the other, etc. So the juveniles and the adults are both the same size. Only the coloring is the difference. And when you see 3 or 4 cranes, this is probably the nuclear family. How do they aggregate with themselves? We really don't know. And if you see one crane with some colored rings, colored bands on it, so this is really a big thing. So if you see one, just shout and yell. So, questions so far? Yeah.
This isn't about the cranes, but while we were on the bus over here, I saw a bird that was bright teal all over its back, like a bright blue.
Bright blue,
What is that?
with a long beak.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a kingfisher.
Sure, we can do this here.
Yeah, it's very frightening. It goes away, so we cannot
No,
see it
that's not
altogether.
gonna work.
but
Yeah, I was
it's
trying to take a
flying.
picture of you guys. It didn't really
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
saw a
working.
bird thing